Nick, you can start us off. Thank you.
Hey, Brian, it just seems that Dak has a really good command of what they're doing offensively all the way through the pre-snap. What do you see from him in terms of, recognizing defenses and calling the offense right from the line?
He seems like a very smart player, very in control, like you just said. So, I mean, that gives him I would say, somewhat of a kind of an advantage because like having a coach on the field, you know what I mean? So for him to make all those checks, make all the slides or whatever hot routes, anything audibles that he has to make, it's kind of a great asset for offense.
And will this be the biggest test you guys have faced defensively this year?
What? I mean, my bad. What'd you say?
Sorry, yeah. Will this be the biggest test you guys have faced as a defense?
I kind of look at every offense the same. I mean, of course, they have different players, different attributes, different things that they do. But at the end of the day, as long as we have a game plan, I'm just here to execute it. But from what everybody says of how powerful, explosive their offense may be, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a little challenge.
Will Pelagic?
Brian, how has being in year two of this defense allowed you to kind of expand what's not only on your plate, but just as a whole, expand what you guys can do and the things you guys can run with this particular scheme?
This second year on it makes everything more comfortable. So when we add new things to our defense or new calls or whatever the case may be, we can always relate it to another call that we've done in the past. So it just makes it a lot easier. And it allows us to do a lot more things with the kind of guys we have also. So
Jason Brown, followed by David Newton.
Hey, Brian. Coach Snow earlier today was telling us how quick Dak gets the ball out of his hands. And I'm curious, as a defensive end, defensive lineman, how you sort of try and, keep your focus, maintain your poise, because I'm sure at times it can get frustrating when you don't have a chance to even get to the quarterback.
Yeah, he does get the ball out very fast. Yeah, he does get rid of the ball, but there's also times where he holds it and he tries to extend and like make something happen. So I mean, we have to take advantage of those opportunities, but it does get frustrating and aggravating when you can't get to the quarterback. But as long as you get in his passing window or put people in front of him, get in the paint, try to get him off his spot, that's the main things that we can do to disrupt him.
Hey, Brian, David Newton here. Does it change anything with two starters out on the back end of this defense, and how does that impact you guys up front and what you can do?
Like I always say, I mean, it's next guy up. So I mean, like we had a couple guys get banged up in the last game, but I like the guys that we have behind them. Like I said, this team or this defense, everything, like this whole team is full of ballers, in my opinion. And these guys that's coming up or stepping up to the plate, they got experience under their belt, and I believe in them, so it's cool.
And I'm curious, there's a lot of stuff going on at the stadium this week with the concert tonight. Has that been any kind of a distraction at all? And any of the players planning to go to the concert?
Nah, I didn't even know we had a concert.
You know who the Rolling Stones are?
Who's that?
The band that's playing tonight.
Oh, for real? Man, that's what's up. I'm playing with you, David.
Come on, hang out with us.
Nah, I'm going home. I'm tired.
Okay. Thanks.
Joe Person, followed by Nick Carboni.
I don't know how to follow that up, man, but I would ask you, Brian, you were talking about getting pressure on Dak. The Eagles got to him, I think, 4 times on Monday night. Anything you saw in that tape that kind of gave you some confidence, or anything that looks similar to what y'all tried?
Not really. I feel like we're very versatile as far as the defense. Like we have a lot of guys that can do a lot of things, and I feel just I feel like we have a great plan to get after Dak. Like I said, he does get rid of the ball fast, and it's going to be a challenge. But I feel like we got the guys to do it.
Ryan, I want to ask you about your own quarterback. I mean, nobody really knows what Sam is capable of doing in Carolina until he gets here. From a defensive perspective and somebody that was already here when he got here, how much confidence have you gained in him and where he can potentially help take you guys through the first 3 weeks here?
I think Sam has been proven to be a baller, not only to me, but I think just to the world. Like these 3 games, but really these 2 games, he's really balled out and showed his leadership and his poise in the pocket, like and really made some great throws. So I expect big things from him from this game, and I expect him to do the things that he's been doing. Like he's been doing it every day, day in and day out. So I expect the same thing.
Cameron Grant.
Brian, when Tommy Trimble came in here, he kind of had a reputation for intensity. You know, when he was blocking people in Notre Dame, that was sort of his rep. Have you noticed things about him in practice that kind of, you know, all right, this guy's not like normal rookies?
Yeah, I think the way he goes about his business is very professional. From seeing that from my rookie, you know how when you're a rookie, like you make a lot of mistakes, so you don't really buy into you feel me, like the side of it being a business. You know what I mean? Like as far as taking care of his body, like he's being a great pro. Like I'm here like till 6 o'clock, 6:30, and he's like one of the last guys I see with me. So like he take care of his body. He watches extra film. And it's really showing up on the field because he's being more than just a blocker now. You feel what I'm saying? Like he's adding other attributes and other phases to his game, and that's really big for a rookie to do.
Gotcha. The other thing I was curious about, Coach Rule said yesterday he kind of liked the Wofford Panthers that nobody believed in. Was there a moment in training camp or during that preseason process where players started to think, all right, we're on to something here. This is different than what a lot of people expect?
I don't know. I really can't speak for anybody else, but I mean, I always feel like the underdog, to be quite honest. But I mean, I kind of like it that way. I like being an underdog. You feel me? Like I just like proving people wrong, and that's something I've been doing all my life. So I'm kind of used to it. But I've never heard the term the Wofford Panthers. That's funny.
Yeah. He said he liked the attitude during training camp, and that's kind of what he wanted to latch on to, the way you guys worked and stuff.
Oh yeah, and Wofford, yeah, that's tough times. Tough times. That's
So
a bond. That's a bond of brotherhood for life. That's what we went through in Wofford. So that's for sure.
Skylar Callahan.
Hey, Brian, Coach Snow said earlier that he said that some of the younger guys from last year, they played a lot of snaps and it kind of helped them so far early this season. Derek Brown seems like he's taking a major step this year. What do you think of him through the first 3 games, and what has he improved on, particularly, at least from your eyes?
To be quite honest, he made some big jumps this year. I think his discipline has really taken a huge notch up. Like he used to jump out of gaps and whatnot, or be in the wrong gap, or get cut out type of things like last year. But this year, I feel like he's really like focused, like on his responsibility, and that's obviously making him make a lot of plays. So I feel like him and Daquan in the middle, they really been shutting a lot of things down, and that's why we've been so productive in the run. So yeah, they're doing big things.
All right. Thank you, Burns. Have a good night.
All right, y'all.